Hey everybody, this is Stacy with SF Johnson Family and Community Services. In this video, I would like to discuss self-esteem, something that we need to develop in ourselves and most of all in our children to help them get through what's going to be a most difficult time in their lives. So self-esteem we all have difficulty with, I think, and if we can give kids a good basis of what that means and how to deal with it and how to build it, then we'll be doing ourselves a favor, especially if they're going to public school. I spent a lot of time between 2016 and 2019 taking a lot, pretty much every psychology class that I could, because it was my hope to, like right now, be a psychologist and a lawyer at the same time. So, I'm just sharing everything that I learned and that I know will help you. So listen to the music, listen to me. I'm going to take my mug off of here and we'll get started on building self-esteem. And we'll start with, what is it? Where does it come from? Here we go. All right. So just out of a $500 set of books, everybody, and an A, and a very good grade. I don't know if I got an A, but I always wanted to be a child psychologist. When I was a kid, I knew that's what I wanted to be, but I don't know, somehow I got talked out of it. And of course, we do what we think our parents want us to do, and half the time we fail because that's not what we want to do. So here we go, self-esteem. So a key element of self-concept, so who you are and what you think about yourself, is self-esteem. It's I would have to say it's your overall evaluation of yourself and the feelings engendered by that evaluation. So how does Stacy feel about herself? And how does that make me go through my day? How you feel about yourself is going to determine the way you go through your day. And we're talking about, if this is for you, that's great. But we're talking about helping our kids, our children of color, have self-esteem. Everything they do, is trying to take it away or diminish it. So let's just give you some facts. And this may be a multi-part series. I do so much and I like to give my best. So as soon as I think I'm zoning out, we're going to do a part 2. All right. So self-esteem is important because it is related really to how satisfied people are with their lives and their overall outlook on their lives. So individuals with high self-esteem tend to feel good about themselves and hopeful in general about their future, about what they're doing, but those with low self-esteem tend to feel worthless and hopeless. And, I'm real biased because I raised sons in the public school system. And it to me, and I'm a very aware, astute, loving, caring mother, nurturing mother. And it's as if they just wanted to diminish those young men of every ounce of self-esteem they brought with them, even in kinder. Okay, and so when I talk about a lot of this stuff, it's really for our young males out here, our young men, our old men, and our moms who end up raising with their heart, right? We end up raising our kids with our heart. Our heart is what raises our kids. That love that we have for our children makes us do all kind of crazy stuff. And because we hold them, I think, in our bodies, it's an even closer connection. So yeah, that's why, you win the football game, you say, oh, Mom, and Dad might have been there all along. Because we nurture from our heart. And that's a deep place. And so as a mother, me being one single of 3, never intended to be, but that's how it turns out, right? Sometimes. So you got to teach them. you got to teach them how to have self-esteem so they don't get out there and just believe whatever, somebody wants to put in their ear. So, all right. So in particular, and especially low self-esteem in childhood and adolescence is associated with problems such as aggression, depression, substance abuse, social withdrawal, all kind of stuff, suicidal tendencies. And so it's vital that you put some kind of idea into your child, and you got to have it in yourself first. And we start there. We got something for the adults. Okay, but all of these things, if you don't impart into your child for some reason, they need to have that self-esteem. And they're not going to have it if you dragging anything in front of them every day. So we talk about that too. That's for the adults. But we got to have some set scheme in our lives for our kids. Love routine. They love routine. They love stuff to be neat. They love to know the dinner is at this time. The bath is at this time. The pizza's at this time. Yeah, we got to go to school. But once they get there, they love it. Okay, so that's for the adults. You got to bear with me with the glasses. So low self-esteem let's talk about low self-esteem. It also predicts certain problems in adulthood, including mental health problems, substance abuse. Because, you have low self-esteem, you don't like who you are as an individual, right? You're going to try to be other people. You're going to try to do other things. You're going to look for influencers, right? At this time in a young person's life, you got that phone, you letting them have that phone 24/7. So they gonna find their self-esteem somewhere, somehow with somebody. And the intelligent parent, household, group of individuals that are raising these children. And my daughter doesn't only raise her 3 kids. I'm there. All the other grandmas are there. The uncles are there. Even if the daddies ain't there. And they there. But all that, I don't got to see a man. No, you don't. You got to have love, and you got to have people with morals and that live a life of example for children. They don't need nothing much more than that. Okay, so, low self-esteem as a child, you're going to grow up on drugs, dependence, criminal behavior, right? Because, let's go. I raise sons. I see it. I saw it in their friends. I eliminated it in my sons. Because, then it was the Jordans, right? Well, a couple kids stole a couple pair of my daughter's Jordans. Because it was the Jordans. So, if they can't get them Jordans, they got that low self-esteem. Because everybody else got those Jordans. And their parents at that time didn't give a damn whether they had them. And it's not because you don't get them because, my parents didn't buy me stuff like that either. But I went to private school, and what they didn't give me in dollars, they gave me in brain power. You see? So you got to give them, But back in, it was the Jordans. So what they going to do? They going to steal my kids' Jordans and Laker jerseys? Because that's associated with their self-esteem. Now, I'm wearing what you wearing. Although I stole it. So it's important to not treat our children like they're puppies. That they can grow up to be emotional messes or valuable members of society. It's not easy, and single parenting ain't easy. But I always thought in terms of, God know what my kids need. Not the pastor. Okay, God. God knows what my kids need. God knows I'm single. Well, he made the universe. So I think me and my kids and God and love can figure it out. And 35, 33, 32, we figured it out. Okay. And even that group of kids, right, in the 30s right now, they got it easy and they got it hard, right? It depending on how resourceful and smart they are. They got it easy and they got it hard. So it really depends. But they feel they can do whatever because they saw parents like us. It's either one or the other. It's like when my kids feel they can do anything, and then they got friends that just like hanging out with my sons because they know they can do anything. So it's the company you keep too. So self-esteem. Self-esteem doesn't equal wealth. Oh, I can't have self-esteem if I'm poor. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, just like being poor don't mean you gotta be dirty and funky. Alright, so low self-esteem also predicts certain problems in adulthood, including mental health problems, substance abuse and dependence, criminal behavior, weak economic prospects, and low levels of satisfaction with life and with relationships. So it's everything. Okay, however, it is not entirely clear how self-esteem actually causes such problems. Okay, so let's just go on and give the sources of self-esteem. Okay, so there are a number of factors that's related to the development, and we're talking about children. Okay, those include, number one, that's why it's so important to be white in this country, so they think. Okay, and this is what we gotta fight for our black children, because that's been thrown at you. I don't care how old you are. I'm 58. It's been thrown at me my whole life. So the number one thing is their genetic inheritance. The number one factor that determines a child's self-esteem is their genetic inheritance. So why is it so important to be all the white ass stuff? Because they know this. You need to know this. And so that's why my father knew it too. That's why my father blessed Africa and told me how important Africa was and how strong I am, because I'm a descendant of those African slaves. So genetic inheritance, everything come out of Africa. That's why they in Africa right now, still robbing Africa. So there go your genetic inheritance, the number one factor that determines whether your child is going to have self-esteem. Take it from my father. God bless his soul. Yeah, baby, you from Africa. You from the tribe of Walla Walla Bula Bala. I didn't give a damn. When I was 5, I had statues of Queen Nefertiti in my house because my father knew it was important. I like to be educated, but don't be frustrated, boo-boo, because it's all about what you know. And you have to understand, when somebody brings something to your awareness, that's God talking to you, whether it's good or bad. So understand, for your kid to feel good about it and be able to walk in a way where they ain't giving a fuck about all this white supremacist stuff, and they'll walk in a way where they know it and that give out that energy where ain't nobody gonna mess with them. Number one, genetic inheritance. The quality of their relationships with others. Okay, so make sure you got some kids that can get along with people. Okay, right? If you can get along with everybody, you cool. Don't know, nobody dislikes me. And as you grow older, right, when you put your foot down on life and decide not to go everybody's way, but then you still do it as an adult even more because you know even better. But we talking about children. Make your children likable. Don't make them little assholes out there where they always got to be first. Don't put them on teams where their coaches are assholes. I've seen that this past baseball season, because we here to learn, not to be. We not winning. We not getting $1 million. We're 8. Okay. Make sure your kid can go to the playground and play with people. So when they show up at the playground, everybody be like, "Oh, here comes little homie." Okay, genetic inheritance. Number 2 is the ability or the quality of their relationships with others, their appearance, and competence. Okay, everything we doing wrong, right? Their appearance. So don't have it looking like they just woke up and get them a belt. I'm like, my kids are in their hidden middle and late 30s, and they were sagging. They don't sag anymore. Why are people still sagging? I mean, it's a fact. I mean, I got dreads, and they clean dreads. Even some of them, you can clean them up because it's your appearance, right? Your appearance and your competence. So if you looking like trash and then you talking like you're ignorant, nobody's gonna think you know anything, and eventually it's going to harbor on your self-esteem. This is for your children. Teach your children this when they deal with people, when they walk outside. If you're walking outside looking like something going on in your life, that's good. Your appearance, you clean, right? If you clean, you smell good. You gotta feel good. Looking good is feeling good. There we go. This is my favorite song. It's my birthday song, actually. Forever Young. Me and my grandson, born on the same day, 50-some years apart. That's my song. All right, so we want some self-esteem. You know, I get mad if somebody in my family is sad about something. What you sad about? That's like you. First of all, you're not focusing on what you want if you're sad, because you ain't gonna get it when you're sad. When you're down in the mouth. Okay, pick your mouth up. Smile. Smiling just automatically makes you feel better. I don't know if you know that. Even if you don't have nothing to smile about, that helps your self-esteem. Feeling good. I mean, we talking about children and practice for children. All right. Let's get some other things. Their school and their neighborhood. See, everything they doing wrong. Just like Donald Trump, right? He took documents for every defense agency that we have in America. And all of these things that help our children build self-esteem are all the things that either we don't focus on or American don't give a damn about. Their teacher, their school, their neighborhood. So you don't living in the ghetto. That's why they want to keep you in the ghetto. That's what redlining all was all about, because they want to keep that self-esteem in the gutter. So your surroundings will look like shit, so you feel like shit. It's all psychological, people. All right, so this is for children. You got to understand, this is how you have to understand how you have to train your children. If you don't train your children, it's like training if you don't train your dog. People got dogs. Even you have them now. I got everybody's neighbor. All my neighbors got dogs, but you know what they do? They let their dog shit anywhere, and they don't pick it up. So what do? They nuisances. They menaces to society, because you can't go out there and play on the grass, because you might hit one. You might smash a good one under your new Nike. Same thing with your children. If you don't train them and yourself, you're gonna have somebody shitting all over society. It's really just that simple, and that's how I approach life. If people get mad at me, I'm like, I don't give a damn, because you know what? Being self-employed in this white supremacist world, you can't give a damn. I've been in business 14 years, and somebody from the South asked me for some references. I'm like, no, thank you. Have a great day. I don't have to ask my people to vouch for me just because you happen to hear I'm either from California or black or a woman or all three. Go somewhere. That's self-esteem. Oh, shit. When I first started, I would have done it. Yeah, because I just started. But 14 years later, and you already know it. No, I'm sorry, sir. I don't do that. I got too much self-respect. I've been doing this too long. That kind of thing. So, your neighborhood, the quality of your relationships, what you're looking like when you walk outside. Okay, I love it when I go pick up my little grandkids because my daughter dresses them like little men. You know, most days when they with daddy, it might be, you know. No, just kidding. I like daddy. But, you know, self-esteem. Okay. Combination of high self-esteem and narcissism. That's what we had in the president. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there because that's a little side they want us to know. Okay, so don't have high self-esteem and be a narcissist. You might become president, but you're going to end up in jail. All right, so school, neighborhood, various cultural factors. So first things first, people, you need to let them know. I mean, you can do your ancestry now and show them all the beautiful places in Africa where you come from, okay? So this series is going to be about self-esteem. I don't want to do too much because they say people don't like to listen past 10 minutes. You can't hide. But you know what I'm saying? It's all for kids. So think about that. Come back, subscribe, like. We doing kids and we doing young men. So I got some stuff I think tomorrow, and we doing women. I did one thing about women because you know we get harassed, right? So what we got coming up? Workplace harassment and violence happens all the time when it comes to women, especially women of color. So we have a workshop that we're starting in September where we're just trying to get the word out and tell people kind of what we're doing and help you combat when somebody's always looking at your titties. I mean, come on. There's ways to combat that other than, there's ways. And you can be an advocate for, just like me, for women at your job. That would be great. Volunteer at the site. We need volunteers. And if your kid's in summer school, like my grandson, we have some online summer school help. You got to sign up at the website, sfjfamilyservices.org. But join me again on the self-esteem tip. This is just what it is and some sources. And we do have it specific to the children of color and, all that special stuff. Have a good night, and I will talk to you extremely soon.